What's going on, everybody? It's Austin Holloman, your favorite YouTuber, back again with another daily live stream interview for you guys. And today we have another special guest. Everybody's a special guest on this show now, but we have another special guest, and you guys have seen me do interviews with him before. I've done collaborations on live streams with him before. He's based out of Thailand right now. He's in the States, but he's based out of Thailand. He's considered an OG in the travel space. A lot of people respect him. A lot of people look up to him and respect him, including myself. Very well known, like I said. And if you guys have not already, make sure you give the video a like. Make sure you subscribe, and make sure you go subscribe to Zoom to Thailand's channel. I need to change the title because you can't do that on StreamYard at first. But I need to go subscribe to the channel. If you guys want to speak to the guests, you must drop a $5 super chat. I will not be reading the chat. So if you guys want me to ask the guest a question, drop a super chat for the guest. For the show, and I will ask the question to the guest. Or you can drop a Cash App as well. So without further ado, we will bring up, I guess now, what's going on?
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Austin, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. Just in LA, trying to get it done, man. So I can get out the Matrix and get back to where I belong.
Yeah, where do you belong at?
Huh?
Where do you belong at?
I belong in Thailand. And
Is
maybe
it Thailand
Brazil.
or is it Brazil?
I tell everybody, man, if Brazil had the safety and peace of mind in Thailand, it would be a wrap. It ain't even close. But pound for pound, Thailand got it. That's over everybody, in my opinion.
Okay, so would you tell everybody who you are? I guess I've already done an introduction for you, but did I leave out anything crucial that you want to share with the audience?
No, man. You like my brother, my nephew, my friend, my partner. When you go through it, I go through it with you. Very proud of you. Me, I'm just an actor turned YouTuber. Grew up in LA and South Central. Made my way out, and I've been traveling since I was a kid. So I just been moving around, man, and just enjoying life like you have, man. It opens up your mind when you travel. You get to, your whole perspective changes. You know what I mean?
Okay, I would agree. So that is about the topic, and how does traveling change your life? I'll share with you how it changed my life to kind of compare with your story that you give. But so my first question is, can you describe your initial impression when you first moved to Thailand, and how has it evolved over time?
Well, when I first moved, I tell everybody it was like Gilligan's Island, man. I was just going on a tour. I was just checking out Thailand and the Philippines. And then I fell in love with just the people. So I came out to buy property, either in Thailand, the Philippines, or both. And then COVID hit, and I just been out there. Like I was like a man on the island by myself, watching everybody in the States stuck in the house, trying to give everybody good news and encouragement, man. But they got a few clowns done came out here, and the evolving. It's like, it's not the fun it was for me, because I've been out here for 5 years now. So everything they doing, I've done it already. So the main thing I do is play golf, spend time with Elle, and work on episodes, man. As anybody knows, I do it all by myself. I don't have a crew. I spend a lot of time editing and working on my stuff. So it's evolved. It's way more crowded than I think it was when I first came in 2019. But I still love it, man. I mean, it's a beautiful place, man, if you're the right person. You know what I mean?
Okay, let me ask you this before you elaborate more on that. Do you think you can? Your Wi-Fi is kind of breaking up a little bit. I think.
Oh, is it? Let me go in the crib, man. I was trying to get some sunshine. Get out there. I want to get out. Let me see. Let me see if this is better. Go inside. Let me see. Wait a minute. Let me see. That better?
Yeah, it's doing all right. It's still kind of
Herky jerky. Let me see if it should get better in a second because I'm near the Wi-Fi now.
maybe that's on me because I'm watching the playback in real time and it looks just fine. Maybe I guess it's just my internet. So when you said that a lot of you got a lot of fools coming down there to Thailand. What are they
Not a lot.
doing?
Not a lot. Not a lot. But it's just the fact that my whole thing is, man. I stay on the positive stuff. I try to encourage people, man. But some people just come out just to be goofy. You know what I mean? And like I said, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, man. So, I just don't understand it. All the beautiful women out here, the friendly people, the cost of living, and people want to beef with each other. Like, it just don't make sense. It's so lame. You know what I mean? It's like, I just don't get it. They be inventing problems. It's one thing if somebody stole your money or, did you, but people that you don't even know will just invent a problem just to try to get likes and views, man. That, try to chase that clout. You know what I mean? Which I don't get it, man. I'm about helping each other, man, and coming together as people. But the haters gonna hate, man. That's just what they do.
I would agree. I've noticed it's a very I'm not gonna say all of them, but there's a large amount of immature. There's a large immature crowd out there, in Thailand. It's not all of them, but a lot of stuff that I'm seeing out of it, like it's very it seems like it's a high school at times on YouTube. On YouTube, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on out there, but it's certain places in the world they can't play those kind of games. So I get that. Yeah, I think it's I know Thailand has strict laws and it's peaceful, but I think the whole peacefulness kind of allows them to behave like that because you can't go to some places in South America and think you're gonna be just acting up and running shit like that. The locals will stop a lot of that before it goes on.
Right.
So what were some of the biggest challenges you faced when you were adapting to living in Thailand, and how did you overcome them?
That's what makes this place so cool, or Thailand so cool, that there is not much. All you have to do is be respectful of the culture, man. It's like it's really, that's what I'm saying. Like these goofies, it's like it don't even make sense. It's like even like some of the women when they would talk stuff about quote unquote passport bros and all that, they're like, whoever you are, you're gonna be the same way if you go somewhere else. And I see what they mean now in terms of some of these dudes, they don't even deserve passports, man. You know what I mean? They take advantage of the game and they mess the game up. Like I tell people, when a non-melanated person does something, he takes the hit. When a melanated person does something, we all take the hit. And that's what makes it so goofy for me. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't get it, man. I preach nothing but love, positivity, and getting your passport. And some of these people, it's literally embarrassing, man, how people behave just to get a couple clicks, man. I don't even get it, bro. And when I got to give you your props too. It's like, you handle adversity so well, bro. Trey. Man, I grew up in South Central LA. I was just watching Dennis Sperling talk about this, man. We grew up around killers, man. So we're used to being around killers. We're used to, if you say something about somebody, you're going to see them at some point and you're going to have to deal with them at some point. And it's like on the internet, people can kind of just say what they want, do what they want with no kind of repercussions, man. And that's maybe because you're from a different generation than me, you let it roll off your back. But me, sometimes, I just feel like it's weird, man, because it's not necessary. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've been in LA for like 2 months. Out here, I don't have to worry about getting getting my visa taken away or whatever else. I'm home now. So it's like I'm in the States and I've been in the States, you know what I mean? So the goofies, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. I just don't get it, man. I want the best for everybody, but some people just don't deserve the life that they could have if they lived up to their best potential. That's all.
Yeah, I did a video recently when I first got back to South America about the different types of black travelers we got. We got 3 different types of black travelers, and it seems like a lot of the wrong ones are getting out, just messing it up for a lot of people in certain places. And there's a certain factor about all those places that makes it convenient for them to do that. So, what do you think the future is for? The city that you live in, Pattaya, what do you think the future is? Do you think it's going to get worse, or do you think at some point it's going to be a crackdown on it?
Oh no, they're gonna shut it down. You know what I mean? They're gonna create laws. They're gonna create stuff. A lot of reason why people come to Thailand is because the green, the green is legal right now, but they're about to change that. They about to at the end of this year. You know, they're gonna regulate it. You know, because right now it's just crazy. It's more spots out there than it is in LA. You know what I mean? And they got every it's all out here in LA. So I think they're gonna crack down on that. And they're also gonna crack down on the goofies. You know what I mean? Like, you know, the main thing about Thailand is being respectful to other people. So you come out here being disrespectful. You see what happened to the I don't know what to call it the right way, whatever the masculine looking woman that was tearing up shops. You see, they got them up out of there. And what that does is alert them to other people coming from America. The blue passport used to be like a badge of honor. You know what I mean? I'm coming with I'm from America. You know what I mean? I have the honor. And now they're just like, it's just, I mean, I just can't believe, I say this all the time, man. Whenever too many of us get in one area, it always ends up getting goofy, man. And it's so sad because we trying to get away from that in the Matrix. That's what I preach, man. Get out of that. You don't have to settle, man. Come enjoy your life. A lot of people, you know, 40, 50, 60, they put in the work. You know what I mean? They deserve to have a good life. They deserve to be happy. But a lot of people just come out with the goofies, man. I don't understand the goofies. I just don't understand it, man. It's like you come to a place where you got beautiful women, cost of living is cheap, safe, and you're respected as a man, and you find a way to mess that up. Like I just don't get it, man. But anyway,
I would agree. So, how has living in Thailand affected your personal and professional growth?
It's cool. I like it. Well, you got to remember, I zoomed to Thailand because that's where I was, you know, but I've always traveled around the world. But that was just, God just blessed me with a perfect, soft place to land, which was in Thailand. I couldn't believe it. Like I say all the time, I was watching people at home arguing over toilet paper and water and fighting and Costco and all of that. And I'm sitting up here just chilling, man. You know what I mean? And then, you know, you got, you know, my personal growth has been cool, but I'm also older. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm older, so I don't play them same games that a lot of people play, man. You know what I mean? But it's just a matter of understanding, man, your surroundings, man. It's just like I live in LA. Like I tell you, you can't just come to LA on that rah-rah goofy stuff. Just like, you know, certain countries you can't go to on their rah-rah goofy stuff because you will get checked quick. Thailand, they're a little more lenient till you get, you know, till you cross certain lines. But, you know, it's just amazing to me, man, how people don't take advantage of the fact that they can like really, really, really bless life, you know?
So where all have you traveled to before you went to Thailand?
Brazil was one of my first places. Brazil was one of, let me see. Brazil, France, Puerto Rico, Canada, Mexico, Monaco, Italy, London, Australia. I know it's more. Amsterdam. I've been everywhere basically but Asia and Africa. So my plan was to hit Asia and then the next year hit Africa. And then COVID hit. So I was just in Asia, but I was loving it in Thailand. I was like, if any way you're going to get stuck during COVID, that's where you want to be. So, you know, it's, I plan on going to Africa in 2025. I'm going to do this Zoom Fest, this annual event I do out here. I'm going to do that at the end of the year. And hopefully you'll be able to make it, come down for that, for the Zoom Fest. And after that, I'm gonna try to get to Africa and hit some of the places you haven't hit because you done touched everywhere. Like, can't nobody keep up with you, man.
Yeah, we about to extend it a little more. We about to go to Europe and the Middle East now.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. The only dude, the white boy, got you. That's the only one I know. What's his name, man?
Kirk Cass?
No, not Kirk Cass. The younger one. He's probably a little older than you, but he went to every country in the world. And he's
Jewish. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You're like the black version of him, man. I love it, bro. I wish. See, but my acting thing, when I was your age, I was doing like TV commercials at a TV series. So I had every reason to stay in LA. But if I was like you and could just get up and go, you deserve an award, man. That's why the people that hate on you, Man, I just don't understand it. I just don't get it. I don't understand the hate, man. It'd be different if you was stunting on it. It's like, yeah, I got woo woo woo. You know what I mean? If you was doing that, it would be different. But you just living your life. You know what I mean? You got these fanboys. I got the fanboys too, but it's like, just like y'all don't understand, man. You get more out of a person by joining forces versus trying to like create unnecessary BS, man. Because I want to help people. I like to help people, but some people just can't be helped. You dig?
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, your top 3 countries. I know Thailand is in one of the top 3. What are your other top 2 countries?
Brazil, because I just got back. Huh?
What was Brazil like?
Well, like I said, Brazil was the first major. I mean, I've been to Mexico. I've been to places local, Canada. I've been in the region of the U.S. But when I went to Brazil, bro, and this was you wasn't even born probably. It was 2004. You was barely born. Yeah, you was. And it was just like, whoa. I was looking at that's the first thing I do, man. I'll be looking at like, if I want to set up shop, how would I be able to set up shop? Back then, I had a channel called the Nappy Network on YouTube, but they weren't paying back then. So I was just showing my exploits in Brazil, in Amsterdam, in Jamaica. We were just moving around, me and my boy Django, shout out to him. You know, Brazil I loved Brazil because just the variety of females with the right attitude. Just the only thing is the language thing. And I learned how I watched you pick up Portuguese fast. You picked it up fast. So and it's similar to Spanish. So it's kind of easy to like pick up certain words. But see, you said top 3, so it'd be Brazil. Actually, man, I like Canada a lot too. Toronto is dope. Vancouver is dope. People are really friendly in Canada. At least they used to be. I don't know about now. What else did I like? I liked France. France was cool, but I was hitting European countries. I wasn't hitting. Yeah, shout out to Dave. Dave, no. See what I'm saying? And it's almost like they doing it on purpose because they can't stand to see everybody else happy.
You know, let me read it out loud for you real quick. Dave sent $20. A bunch of damn passport pookies messing it up. You said, thank you for the super chat. You said that they can't stand to see nobody else happy.
Yeah, that's like some people, because they know they might not be able to come back. They might not be able to afford to come back, or they just want to just pookie it up. You know what I mean? But they just don't understand that we represent something when we go out. You know what I mean? They look at, like, if anybody has been to Thailand will tell you their first reaction to us is, whoa, black man, black. You know, they're happy to see us. But pretty soon with the goofies running around, they're going to be looking at us like, nah. You know what I mean? And that's what we don't want, because we got a fresh start once we get on the plane, man. So it's up to you to mess that up. So that's why I don't get it. You know what I mean? Because y'all doing is backing yourself into a corner where you ain't gonna be able to go nowhere. And they're cutting down on the rules. Like somebody I know, I think it was Mikey Story, one of the YouTubers. Like he tried to come back and he ain't even from America. And they looked at his thing and saw that he had a certain thing on his record, and they was like, they sent him right back. And the thing is, you guys, when they send you back, it's on you. The ticket is on you. Either you or the government, you or your consulate is going to pay to get you up out of there. But you're either going to sit in jail or in that what's the name until they get you up out of there. There is no getting past the airport on some goofy stuff, man. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. You guys got to, like, what is it, man? What makes y'all do this, man? I'm sorry. I'm still bewildered. But go ahead, bro.
We got another super chat from Dame Dash. If you don't want to answer this, you don't. He says, yo, Zoom, what you think about Tom Young Lechon hanging on your sack all the time?
Man, I heard he got his channel taken away, bro. And like I say, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, man. It's like that's another thing. Like, I don't even know the dude. Never had no bad words with him. Never had anything bad to say. He's like your version of the other dude, Pissy Man. You know what I mean? People will just try to latch on because they see you got a wave. They don't have the talent to keep up, so they'll just try to jump on your back and ride that wave, man. And it's like, it's so lame, because you got to remember, if any grown-ass man spends the time focusing on another man when you're in a country full of women, beautiful women, feminine, fit, friendly, cooperative women, and you focus on another man, That's moist to me. That's very moist. And I can't respect moist people, you know what I mean, unless they stay in their place. But when you try to act hard and you really moist, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So I didn't understand it, bro, to be honest with you, man. And I hate to see anybody lose their channel, man, but some people just be begging for it. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Shout out to Dame Dash. He even got Dame.
I would say a lot of stuff, man. Now that I've crossed the 100K and I got my verification on YouTube and all that.
Wait a minute. Hold up. You got your 100, man. I didn't even catch that. I know you were right there. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. You fucking deserve it. You did your thing. And it's harder to get 100K now because there's so many channels. You know what I mean? And you've been kicking and fighting and scratching, and you got there, bro. You're gonna be next stop is 200K. You know what I mean? Nothing's gonna stop you but you, bro. You know what I mean? You handle things so well, man. The thing with your mom, the thing with Brazil, the thing with just watching how you just let it roll. I could never, man. I wish I had the temperament you, man. I'd be fighting every day, man. If I was you, you know what I mean, at your range, man. Because with a bully, man, the only thing you can do with a bully, you got to address the bully. You got to go straight into their grill. That's the only way they're gonna leave you alone. You know what I mean? So at least where I'm from, I don't know about now, but you were just so good at that, bro. So I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I just had to give you your props. Congratulations on your 100K. You deserve it, man. You deserve it. So okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
No, you're fine. Thank you. Yeah, but because of that, man, I've got my plaque now. It's being delivered. It's already been shipped out. I got my verification, but I just realized now, man, a lot of that goofy shit and people that don't carry themselves properly online, I'm done doing it.
Yeah.
I talked with Dre behind the scenes, and I had just been thinking anyway, man, like some people, I'm not collaborating with everybody no more. I would do stuff like this, but it's only gonna be don't expect to see everybody on my channel. Somebody that's already representing themselves fairly well. I mean, nobody's perfect, but at least a fairly represented version of themselves online, and they care about their appearance is what's important to me now. Because I'm not even putting women in my thumbnails no more. None of that. I'm done with all that. Like, I want to go to, I have different plans. Like, I want to go to Saudi Arabia. I want to go to Kuwait. I don't have time to be applying for a visa, and then they look up my name and they look up that I'm associated with this person. They look up this and they're like, oh, we don't want to let him in because he has this. I'm not that type of person. So I don't need to be getting banned for unnecessary stuff like that. We got another super chat. I'm going to get to the next question. Johnny Stegel says, happy you both are using your passport responsibly. Done 14 countries in my life and been going to Colombia for 20 years. Safe travels, brothers. Thank you very much for the super chat.
Shout out to Johnny. I've never been to Colombia. That's the one place I haven't been. I have to get to Colombia. You know what I mean? Because I got to see for myself. Coach Dre is out there, so I got to go see Dre. But I love when I'm hearing, well, other than the stuff, my man Razor Ray, shout out to Ray's, the Howard Cosell, the Jerry Springer of YouTube. He gives the reports on Colombia, but I think that's another thing too, man. The Pookies is rerouting now because it's safe in Thailand. So they goofy stuff they try to pull in DR and all that stuff. And from what I understand, like when I first got divorced, that was another place I've been. DR is one of the first places I went to. I didn't know about Sosúa and all that. I went to Punta Cana, met a little Dominican girl that worked at the airline, so I would come back and see her. I didn't know about Sosúa and all of that stuff. I did drive to Santo Domingo from Punta Cana, and that's like being in a video game. If y'all been to Dominican Republic, man, the driving is crazy out there. So I checked there first, and I liked it, but I heard that they done pookied that up. I heard that they done, they done pookified, the DR. Have you been to DR? I remember seeing you in DR.
No, I'm gonna go there after I get back from Europe and do the Middle East. I'll slide back that way when I come back over on this side of the world. Okay. So let me ask you a question. So how has Thailand? I know you said you were an actor before, but how has Thailand shifted your media career? I guess I would call it. Now, how has it affected your career?
It's affected it in a way because now, like they say, like women are mad at me, black women are mad at me. When I was in Hollywood, like the last thing you want to do is be offensive. You know what I mean? Because I do commercials, for every Fortune 500. I've done over 50 national commercials. I've done Wendy's, McDonald's, Burger King, IBM, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Sprite, I've done everything, but I think Taco Bell and something else, but just about every Wendy's, Popeyes, you know what I mean? Like every major commercial. So anything that's offensive to people, you know, they don't really mess with you, man. So once I crossed over into YouTube and started getting attacked by women for, and I never ever say nothing bad about especially black women. I do say matrix minded women because that means everybody. In my opinion, anybody that thinks got the matrix mentality, I don't care what color you are, you know, to me, you're tainted. Tainted love. You too young to know that song. But the point I'm making is it's affecting me to a point where you know, I lost a lot of friends on Facebook. Like, you know, they got mad because I said that how well the women are out here. They really got offended, yo. You know, they took it to heart. So that part, you know, it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? I'm standing on my truth. I'm standing on what it is. So but now I'm like, I'm moving on, like you're moving on, I'm moving on, man. I'm trying to do movies abroad. I'm trying to do things, go to a whole nother level, man. Just to get out the way of these, you know, goofies, man. You know what I mean? It's like I'm trying to do stuff to enlighten people and entertain people, you know, make them have fun, enjoy their life, man. So all this other goofy shit, I ain't really with all that. But go ahead, I'm listening.
I would agree. I would agree. So, can you compare the expat community? Well, you already spoke on this. Can you compare the expat community in Thailand with the expat community in Brazil and let's say another country as well?
In fairness, I was only in Brazil for 4 days. Shout out to beautiful Liz El Guapo. He took me out for my birthday. I got to go to Houston and meet Dennis Sperling. I got to see Baz on my way to Brazil. I wasn't there. Excuse me. I wasn't even there long enough to know like what the real estate is like. You know what I mean? Because that's what I do. I'm going to go back because I want to find out about real estate. I want to find out about what it is. I've met some cool people in Brazil. You know, the brothers is kind of like, you know, clicked up in a cool way. I didn't see really a lot of riffraff stuff out there. But like I said, man, it's just a matter of time. Once the Pookies find out you having a good time, they're gonna find a way to come up there and just kill the vibe. It's like vibe killers, man. And not all of them are bad. You know what I mean? Some of them are cool people, but you know, it's the vibe that you get. And that's what makes Brazil so cool. And you know, it's just a vibe. You just got a cool vibe. I know you like it because everybody works out. Everybody's about in shape and they fitness and cool. And you know, it's like that kind of thing. My fat ass, I'm just holding on. You know what I mean? I just left the gym. But Brazil is like I understand what you like about it. I understand what Skylar likes about it. I understand because I hadn't been in 20 years. So when I came back, I remembered everything that I had missed about it being gone. So I don't know if I answered your question, Austin. I keep getting on to Brazil, but did I answer your question?
Yeah, well, we were talking about the expat community in Brazil.
Yeah.
Can you compare to Thailand, the Thai expat community versus the Brazilian expat community?
Well, like I said, I was only there for a few days, so I didn't get a chance to really take it all in. Pause. So I can't really give you like an educated answer on that. I don't even know the retirement process.
Well, let me ask you this: what makes the Thai expat community unique to you? Like, what's the most unique thing about the brothers that's in Thailand?
Well, back when I first came, I was the young dude. You know what I mean? I got there, I was like, you know, early 50s. I was the young dude. All the other dudes were like older, teaching me the game. That's how I learned about Sunni shop. The guy, well, where do I get a haircut? You know, go to Sunni's. Like, where do I play golf at? My man Teddy, meet him. That my man, shout out to JJ. You have people that will kind of help you along the way and point you in the right direction. Like now, you know, with the younger people, they just like on their Clint Eastwood, they by themselves, they don't want to speak. Usually when we see brothers, we give them the nod, we say, what's up? Now they just like, they don't even look at you, man. And that's what I mean. It's like, that's the same mentality you got here in the States. So they bring all that on the airplane with them, man, when you can just be free, man. You can be free. You don't have to worry about being hard. You ain't got to do all of that stuff. So I just think that the younger they are, and something that Flyboy always said too, shout out to him, like people like 30 and under, 35 and under, they still got the stuff they think they got to prove. You know what I mean? You get up in the 40s and all of that stuff, 35 and up. people start understanding, man, this is life. I tell people, like, you too young, like, you got to get your heart broke a few times to really appreciate Thailand. You know what I mean? If you're young, if you come to Thailand at 23, 24, it's just going to be like, hey, everything's like this. You know what I mean? But you got to get your heart broke. You got to really see how a lot of the women behave in the Matrix to really appreciate when you get somebody from a different country. You know, not just Thailand, but anywhere.
Okay. So let me ask you this. What aspects of Thai culture have had the most significant impact on your lifestyle and worldview?
Respect. I mean, just the fact that same thing in the Philippines. I know you weren't really a big fan of the Philippines, but people are so polite. It's almost like it feels fake because people are just so nice to you for no reason. You know what I mean? They're just polite because that's their culture. So that's the part that I love the most, because it takes the weight off your shoulders of having to be worrying about this or worrying about that, man. When as long as you're respectful and as long as you just stay in your lane, the world is your oyster. So, you know, that's my answer to that.
Okay. So yeah, I would agree with that as well. I noticed that in Thailand, you don't really have any issues like that. Like if you have issues, more than likely it's with another foreigner. It's not really from the Thai people.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see you say you value respect more now. So we're gonna ask one more question. I'm gonna read a couple more super chats. How do you navigate the language barrier in Thailand? I know you speak some Thai or you speak Thai, and what tips do you have for new expats regarding communication in Thailand?
A lot of more and more big. See, that's why I tell people. You know, a lot of Americans are arrogant. We think everybody's supposed to speak English. You know what I mean? We're arrogant. We don't take the time to learn somebody's language, somebody's culture. The biggest thing you can ever do, that's how the women get the jump on us. They'll take the time to learn the culture and the language. It's like if you learn the language, even if you're trying, especially you go to a place like France and all that stuff, they do not like arrogant Americans. You know what I mean? You try your best to absorb the culture, because that's what's going to get you farther. That's going to get you points, because then they know you respect. You know what I mean? If you're in America and a person just starts speaking Swahili to you, first of all, you don't know what they're saying. Second of all, you hear, just like in America, some people will be living in America for 20 years and never learn to speak English. Like, it's like, what is that? So it's the same thing with us. So the best thing to do is to learn the language, and as best you can, just basic, please, thank you, hello. You know what I mean? Just basic things that don't take long. It is a hard language to learn to speak fluently, but it's something I would learn. So that would go for culture. Was that your question? That was
yes. The culture was, I mean, the culture. The question was, how do you navigate the language barrier? Like, how did you learn the language? But you touched on that from what I just heard.
Okay. Well, Elle does a lot of translating for me. I learned with Elle. She teaches me a lot of stuff, man. You get you a cool. That's another thing too. Like, you'll have people going, literally, I did an episode about this. They'd be like, he's tricking. This is how lame some of these dudes are, man. It's like, you got a woman that's beautiful, that takes care of you, cooks, cleans, translates, help. Because like certain things, like, I can't do as a retiree in Thailand. Like, I can't run a business. I can't do any of that stuff. But Elle can. She's a Thai citizen. So she takes care of a lot of things, man. And she's like my best friend. So it's like, you know, to a person that's never like really had nothing, you know, to them, you know, they think what they want. But if you notice anybody mess about you or anybody, Travelversity, anybody, all you got to do is turn the camera around on them. And let's see what your woman look like. Let's see what your life look like. And you guarantee anybody with that kind of energy don't have nothing going on. And they won't show you. They'll hide behind an emoji or whatever. But like I said, like, I got my Matrix challenge. Like, anybody that think that they got it better, turn on the camera and let's see what your life is. And I'll turn on the camera and see what my life is. Somebody got to be lying. So, you know what I mean? So I'm always up for a good debate or a good challenge, man. So any of the negative naysayers, man, let's see what your world look like and compare it to mine and see what it is. You know what I mean?
Yes. So Mr. D sent $5. He said, Austin is maturing fast. Staying focused. Mm-hmm. Haters hate their life. They don't want to see him win. Keep winning, young king. Thank you very much for the $5 super chat.
You see those things like that, like what Mr. D said? That's what keeps me going. When you hear people that's pulling for you, you know. Well, I get inspired both ways. Like, haters inspire me too, but in a different kind of way. You know what I mean? But people like that, like Mr. D, like, you know, that's what keeps you going, because you know it's people out there that's still good people, still real people, and want to see you win, and I want to see them win, and we want to see each other win. That's why I get so happy for Austin. It's like, because he had the balls to get the hell out of the country at a young age, and is still doing it, and has touched more countries than I would say. And I'm not nut swinging. I'm just saying, like, he's probably touched more countries than 95% of black people. Is that fair to say? And Drew Binsky was the name, yes.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So yeah. So dude, how can you hate on that? Because you can't do it. That's the only reason, Austin, because they can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going viral and shit. Like, I ain't never went viral. Like, even though I put all my work into my videos, Austin, and you supposed to still help me with TikTok. I ain't even done TikTok. If I did the TikToks and all, I'd probably be better. But I've never had a video went over 1 million views ever. You know what I mean? But it don't stop me from just putting out good content. My whole thing is about, when I'm gone, my content's gonna be here, and people can see what I work. And a lot of times people don't appreciate you till you're gone anyway. So shout out to them. But it's like, you know, I'm just gonna keep giving positive and good commentary. Go ahead, Austin. I'm sorry. You're gonna read something.
So Joke HGJ Leon says, I ran into a white channel. The Spanish couple travels around the world by motorcycle. They camped in India, and the white got raped.
Ooh.
Raped.
Can you say that word? Can you say that?
I say it on my channel. The only reason I second guessed it was because he put that, but I say it on my channel. Can be scared at that. Thank you for the $5 super chat, but we're talking about Thailand right now.
Where was he at? Where was he at?
No, he talking about something else he saw on YouTube. It's kind of off topic.
Okay.
Andre and Andrea Love Crossing Borders said 40,000 Colombia pesos. He says, support black male media. Yes, if you guys enjoy the content, follow right behind Andre and drop support for the channel, because we have more and more interviews coming like this every single day, and we're going to continue to show you guys the world. Make sure you go subscribe to the guest Zoom to Thailand if you are interested in Thailand. You like what you hear him talking about. So I have another question for you. What have you found the most rewarding? What's the most rewarding aspect of living in Thailand, and why?
Peace of mind. Stress-free living, cost of living, all of that is rewarding. Shout out to you, Coach Andre. Make sure y'all go check out Andre. Yeah, the cost of living, it's just everything's rewarding, because you're juxtaposed to what's happening in the States. You know what I mean? It's just like night and day. The only downside to living in a place like Thailand is that you're a foreigner, so you don't have the same rights. So, you know, for any reason, they can decide, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? So you don't have that, but as long as you cool and you play nice in the sandbox, you're usually good. You know what I mean? Only the goofies end up having problems. So the most rewarding thing to me is like I said, peace of mind, safety, cost of living. That's the reward. And that's what people deserve when they, you know, been working hard all their life. They deserve a kickback. That's why when I do my consultations, you know what I mean? That's another thing too. Like, I don't know, do you do consultations? Because you should be doing those, bro.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it's like only like low vibrational people, they don't understand how consultations help. They don't understand that that's how you take the shortcut to finding out what you need to find out. And at the same time, you forge a relationship with the person you're doing a consultation with. Like me, if I do a consultation with somebody, I make it a point to make sure they can always get in touch with me after. I make it a point to where if I'm around, we can hook up, do whatever, play golf, you know, meet for lunch or whatever. You forge a friendship when you do those. So when you got people like Dre, Austin, Skylar, people all over the world, I say this in one of my episodes, you know, we have a network now where people have been damn near everywhere you want to go. So why not talk to them first? Why not learn from the mistakes that Austin may have made or the mistakes that I may have made, so you guys don't have to go through that? You know what I mean? And it's like, but to low vibrational people, it's like, you know, you tricking. That's my dog. What's it, boy? So that's the answer to the rewarding. I hope I answered the way you're looking for it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. My screen, my internet is horrible here, man. It seems like.
Where you at? Say where you at? Where you at?
Paraguay.
Paraguay. And that's where you said you're going to set up shop there, right?
For South America, this is where I would set up shop, but I'm not really sure exactly where I would stay at permanently. I think I'm just gonna do a thing where I just jump around every couple months after I get through traveling all the places I want to go to. So the next question I have for you is, how does the cost of living in Thailand compare to the US and other countries that you've been to, like Brazil?
Well, I'm from LA, so it's very expensive in LA. Like I can't afford to live here anymore. I'm just being straight up. Like all the work that's being done on my house, man, it's like it's so expensive, dude. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So the cost of living is basically 3 to 5 times cheaper in Thailand, depending on where you live. Um, uh, and it just depends on how you get down. Because in Thailand, you get what you pay for. So when I do my consultations, I don't. People say, "Well, can you live for $1,000 a month?" Yeah, you can, but it's like, who wants to live on the bottom? You know what I mean? On the lower end of something when your money's going 3 times farther. So instead of that 1,000, you know, go 2,000, 2,500, and then you win it. You know what I mean? Versus trying to be on the low end of stuff. But some people they're comfortable like that, so it's on them. But just to get a retirement visa, you got to show that you make, you got to have either 24,000 in a bank account, or you got to have show that you bringing in 2,000 a month in a Thai bank account. So either way it go, 24, 25 racks a year is what you got to show. Because that's another thing they're starting to do too. They're starting to do away with lower end people. You know what I mean? Prices are starting to go up. Things are starting to catch up now. Like they catching up because a place like Singapore, you don't see no goofies in Singapore. Because why? Because it's expensive as hell. You know what I mean? That's why, instead of saying Pookies, my new word is like the Spirit Airlines people. Like people that fly Spirit Airlines, they got a whole different vibe than people that fly Emirates. It's a whole different vibe. So if you got that Spirit Airlines material, and don't get me wrong, I've flown Spirit Airlines too. I only did it once, but it's a mentality. So you pay for what you get. So the more you spend, the more of a better life you're gonna have. But you could easily have a comfortable life for 2,500 a month. I give 2,500 a month. I don't like telling people 1,000, even though you can. 2,500 a month. If you can't do it for 2,500 a month, you might as well just stay where you at. My opinion. Exactly. Compared to Brazil, from what I understand, like I said, Austin, I wasn't there for long enough to really compare, but I understand Brazil is more expensive than Thailand. Do you know? You've been to both places.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not like double, but it's a little more expensive, I would say. Well, I was living in Salvador, so Salvador was cheaper than Rio, but Rio probably is double, if not triple, the cost of Thailand. Yeah, I would say probably triple the cost of Thailand. So
that's American prices. Wait, that's American price. You say it's like America out there?
Well, let me say this: like in Thailand, I was staying at a place that was $17 a night, and it was nice. In Bangkok, you're not staying at a nice spot in Brazil for $17 a night. You wouldn't even do it. We're going to start around 50 bucks a night, which is why I say double or even triple at sometimes. So like you said, you can stay in Thailand for $1,000 a month, but here's the thing. It's possible, but it's not what you're going to do when you get there.
Right.
Like if you had the option, I think most people would be spending around 2,500, like you said, 3,000. I know I spend way more than $1,000 when I'm in Thailand to be there in total for the month.
Yeah.
So you could do it, but it's not what's gonna happen. Right. So the next question is, can you share a story about a particular memorable experience that could have only happened in Thailand?
Well, where we going? Because I got some stories. That's for my Patreon. I'll be telling some stories on my Patreon. Well, was it? Give me the subject, and then I can give you the story.
I mean, it could be anything. An experience with a woman, an experience with the local men, like something that may have happened there. I know you said, like, for example, in Thailand, it's illegal to not wear underwear. So one experience would be you going to jail because you fell off the motorcycle and
there's the experience. I did go to jail. You know what I mean? Well, I didn't go to jail. Well, I went to the police station. They didn't take me to the prison. But because remember, I'm like you, I'm green. I'm out here in Thailand. I'm reporting back home. You know what I mean? So it was during COVID, and so what happened? What happened was at the time, people started getting restless, not being able to do stuff. So Soy Six was like, it was a gold. I'm in a ghost town. I'm doing an episode on what it was like during COVID and how I like when it was COVID better than I do now in certain ways. So only like 2 or 3 bars were open. So the brothers had like a Tuesday night, a Tuesday afternoon spot they would go to. So I went to the spot. I guess somebody called the police because they shouldn't have been open or serving drinks or whatever it was that they were doing. Because when Thailand set a rule, that's the rule. You know what I mean? So they came and they were and the police started, you know, I don't know what the situation was, but whatever it was, I pulled out my camera and started filming. I'm like, oh, this is good. And they saw me with that camera. They're like, let me see your passport. I'm like, I don't have my passport. But I was ready for anything because I was told to have stuff. I said, I ain't got my passport on me, but I do have a copy of my passport on the motorbike. So they go, okay, let's go over to the motorbike. So I went to the motorbike, pulled out the copy of my passport, black and white passport. He was like, well, how do we know this is you? This isn't your real passport. I'm like, it's a copy. They're like, we don't know it's you. Where's your receipt for the bike? Are you renting it? No, I bought it for my girl. I bought my L. Oh yeah, tricking. I tricked off a bike for L for her birthday. So it's my girl's bike, but I paid for it. So he's like, well, where's your girl? I'm like, she's not here. And L was in Bangkok at the time. So so I didn't have my proper passport. I didn't have what's her name. I didn't have my thing with L. And then they asked me for something else. I didn't have that. So so they impounded L's bike. They took me to jail, but to the police station. Now, it wasn't like I was like cuffed up or none of that, but I sat in the front seat of the car with the dude. They were very, very polite, but took me to jail, had me do the piss test, had me piss, seeing if I had anything, because they wanted to see if they had something on me, but they didn't have nothing. Plus, I have lawyers. So as soon as it happened, I called my lawyer. They made me delete the video for the what's her name? For the thing I shot, and I had to sit in there for a minute, you know what I mean? But that's when I woke up and learned, like, I'm not in America. I'm a visitor here. They can do whatever they want. Even though I thought I had the paperwork, even though I thought I was cool, because I carried that stuff for that reason if I ever got pulled over. And you know, at the end of the day, man, you're a visitor, so you gotta remember that. And I you know, I got reminded real quick that, you know, you're a visitor. So that's my story about you know, going to a Thai police station.
Okay, so Swap Prince sent $5. He says, "Showing love as always. Salute to you, Austin."
Wow,
brother. Thank you very much for the super chat. Salute to you as well. Cool Cat sent $5 for question. After years of expats living in Thailand, how did the government manage to keep the cost of living affordable for who all lives there? Great question.
That's a good cut, because Thais work, their level of living is lower. So the average Thai person might make $300 to $600 a month. So they have to have things that are affordable for them. So that's why Americans and all these people come from other countries, because our money goes so much farther, because we're living off of how they live. You know what I mean? Now, if you go to an American restaurant or you in a top-notch hotel, you're going to get hit with the American price. It's still going to be a little bit cheaper. But like, if you go to the Hilton in Pattaya, that's going to cost you the same $250 to $350 a night you're going to pay anywhere else. You know what I mean? So it just depends. If you live like the locals, you can live cheap. You know what I mean? But if you try to come out there, you know, living on the credit card or living on the business card, you're going to get that. So that's why it's affordable, because we're living how the locals live in most situations. That's why when people say, can I live for $1,000 a month? Yes. If you eat the street food every day, like people say, you can get a meal with a drink for $3, $4. If you do that every day, if you don't go out, if you don't party, if you don't drink, if you ain't having no female companionship, if you just living, you know, you might find a spot for $300, $400 a month. And then you got your utilities, another $60 a month, and then you got your cable, not cable, your internet, another $50 a month. You know, you could nickel and dime your way there, but it's just, who wants to do that when you're outside the matrix, man? So That is a good question, Cool Cat.
Frank Nelm sent $10. He said, I love both of you because of great content. I met Zoom to Thailand's daughter when she came into our store to buy supplies for her father. She spoke very highly of him. That shows great character. Thank you for the super chat.
Frank, man, was that a Simply Wholesome? I don't know where it was. Where was that at, Frank? I need to know, like, where that was, man. But yeah, man, you come from good stock. See, that's another good thing too. It's like when I say I was born in Chicago and I was raised in LA, it's like your reputation follows you. So you've never heard anything about Rich being a buster, or because they like to say, Allison, they like to say he had to come to Thailand because he couldn't get any girls. It's like, bro, number one, I'm an actor, so that does not hurt. Number two, I was one of the biggest club promoters in LA, like the biggest, like literally the biggest. There was only one group that was bigger than us. They were older than us. They were called Icon Entertainment, but we were called Unity Entertainment. Look it up, man. So when they say that, matter of fact, now I shouldn't talk about my personal stuff, but yeah, man, it's your history will precede you. And that's another thing about busters. You know, they come to different places where people don't know their background. They try to act like they more than what they really are, man. Me, I just let the reputation speak for itself, man. I'm no tough guy, and I'm not saying I was none of that, but I'm a solid dude. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, you won't find people coming from my past saying nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Unless somebody pays them.
Yeah. So, I know you've been in Thailand you said since 2019. So what advice would you give to someone considering moving to Thailand in terms of legal and visa considerations?
The first thing I tell people, man, when I do my consultations, because everybody sees my channel, like, oh, I want to move to Thailand. I'm like, don't do that. The first thing you want to do for your first time, if you can, especially if you're retiring, spend a month out here. Move around, see different parts of the country. It's all different. Like, Austin, where are you from?
I'm from Texas, DFW.
You from Texas. Texas is nothing like LA. LA is nothing like Chicago. Chicago's nothing like Miami. Miami's nothing like Louisiana. Louisiana's nothing like New York. It's like it's all different. So you got to go to what feels good to your spirit, what feels good to your heart. So you want to move around. You want to stay 3-4 days in each place and move around and just see what feels good to you. You know what I mean? Especially according to your budget and all of that stuff. Because you got a month when you get here off top. You know what I mean? And then you can extend it. But you just want to just like I call it a recon mission. A lot of my followers are military, ex-military. I call it a recon mission, man. You want to just like feel everything out, move around, and see what you like and what feels good to you, man. And do a consultation with anybody, anywhere you're going. Don't have to be with me, but just do a consultation so you get a jump on things, man. I had to figure it out on my own. That's why I do consultations, because I would stay at 4 or 5 different hotels trying to figure out where everything was, where I wanted to be, how I wanted to get there, what was all the stuff. I had to figure it out on my own. Same thing with the Philippines. I had to figure it out. But now, like, we got the cheat code. So it's like, if y'all, because you're going to spend the money one way or the other. You're going to spend the money figuring it out, staying at the wrong place. You're going to get an Airbnb for $100 with 5 bedrooms, but you don't know it's an hour away from everything, and the money and the time you spend going back and forth. Like, you're going to, either way it go, you're going to give it up, turn it loose. So, I mean, when I first came, I did consultations with everybody. Anton, Skylar, lead attorney, what's my boy Chad, CB Media. I did at least like 10 consultations, but I had a strategy though. My consultations was also to let people know Zoom to Thailand was coming, because when you're in Thailand putting out content, it only shows your content in Thailand. So I wanted to hit America. So luckily, God, like you, Austin, one of my videos went viral, and then, people got on to me from there. But I was like setting up relationships, you know what I mean? Like knowing, you know what I mean? O'Shea Duke Jackson, like everybody. I was trying to place myself strategically with the right people. And that's what you guys want to do. You want to place yourself with the right people, man. Don't get involved with a bunch of knuckleheads. All it's going to do is just shorten your trip and make it not fun.
I would agree. Okay, so how has the local cuisine influenced your eating habits in Thailand? I know they eat smaller portions in Thailand compared to America. that's a place that you could definitely lose weight at is in Thailand. And what Thai dishes would you recommend to a newcomer?
Austin, you already know. Everywhere has smaller portions than America. You don't
Yeah.
see, you don't see fat Europeans. You don't really see fat South Americans. The only people that's fat like me is Americans, generally speaking. Like I came back home, I done gained like 15 pounds just coming home because I be missing stuff I can't have at home. In and out, you know. I mean, they got that in California. You know, all the different stuff that we can have, all kind of pizzas and Johnny's pastrami and all of that stuff. So I get my little fix in, but it's so easy to gain weight. But for Thailand, you know, we start with the simple dishes like pad thai, like stuff you can get here is kind of the same stuff. The major difference here in Thailand is that the food is extremely spicy. So if you don't like spicy food, you got to really let them know. My pet, like pet means spice. My means no. You know what I mean? Little words like that. My pet. Or if you like hot food, pet mock. Like I like mock means yeah, I like it. You know what I mean? So the spiciness, they don't have a lot of hormone stuff out there, so the chicken tastes different because it don't got all that stuff we used to tasting in our food. The Sprite is different, Coca-Cola is different because they don't allow all of that BS they allow in the US. So you get more of a healthier palate in other countries. You know, that's why, you know, Asian people live longer than anyone else, and they eat pork. And they live longer than anyone else. You look it up. If you see the lifespan of people per country, per capita, Asians, particularly Japanese, I think, live longer than anybody else. So, we all know this, especially somebody like Austin that works out. Diet is the key. You don't have to be in the gym every day if you eating right. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, the gym helps, but 75% of it is diet, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So I just happen to have a cool thing because I'm kind of compact, like I'm kind of just built like that. So I don't lift a lot of weights. I don't do a lot of that stuff, but I have a lot of cardio. I got tremendous cardio because that's what you really need for me is cardio. So yeah. Did I answer you, Austin? I hope I did.
Yeah, you did. So in what ways has living in Thailand influenced your approach to health and wellness? Well, you basically just answered that. How do you maintain relationships with friends and family in the United States, in LA, or wherever they're at in the States while living in Thailand? Do you find that difficult?
Well, you know, when you get older, you kind of naturally kind of like spread apart from people you grew up with. Like my best friend, who's a contractor, he's doing my house right now. I'm gonna show you guys. See, I wanted to show you guys, but you say the reception is bad, so I'm just holed up in my little guest house. So you just naturally, as you get older, you kind of like grow apart. But I try to see my friends. You know, both my parents are passed on, so it's like my daughters. You know what I mean? I like to see them. My brother, you know, my brothers. I try to like see them. I try to get over to Vegas. Vegas is like a 4.5-hour drive. I got friends over there. You know, my brother lives in Bakersfield, so I kind of try to like move around and get it all out the way. But this is the longest I've been in the States since I moved to Thailand. Like, you know, I've been there almost 2 months. You know what I mean? I left at the end of March. So, you know, it's a long time for me to be in the matrix, but you kind of fall back into place. That's why, like, when I come home, like I stay in my guest house, because if I stayed in the house, I start getting comfortable and, you know, and get used to being here. It's like, you know, because I'm blessed. You know, I bought a house, you know, 24 years ago. So, you know, that's how you get generational wealth, people. You know, you buy property, you know, that property can take care of you for the rest of your life. So, I just kind of like just do my thing till it's time to go. Did I answer you? Also, you know, it's funny. You'll ask me a question, and I'll start talking about stuff. I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, but I hope I answered your question.
No, that's good. I need you to go off on a tangent too, because to keep the show occupied so they can be best informed.
Right.
So, what opportunities has Thailand provided you that maybe you wouldn't have found outside of Thailand?
Well, my channel, you know what I mean? Like when I did Zoom, you know, in my mind back then, everybody had a YouTube channel. I mean, it's crazy now, but back then everybody had a YouTube channel. And I was like, how am I going to be different than everybody else? I said, okay, well, number one, I'm gonna give a production value that nobody else gives. So that's how I'm gonna separate myself. Number one. Number two, I'm gonna educate you while showing you some eye candy. Like give you a little bit of both. I'm gonna show you what you want to see, but then I'm gonna educate you at the same time. Teach you the language, teach you this stuff. And number three, I'm in Thailand and you're not. Like, I'm the only one here. The only other black person I knew that was here was Chocolate Man, but I didn't know him back then. I would see him, but I didn't know him. He was like literally like damn near the only black, other than the older OGs that I ended up meeting later on. Because everybody kind of keeps to themselves until you see your own, and then you try to connect. But the older brothers are just way, way cooler, man. They, they ain't got nothing to prove. They just cool. So I just realized like what makes me different. Like anything I do, I try to be different because everything's been done. So you're like, how do you do it differently? How do you create the wheel differently? So my wheel was in Thailand, you know what I mean? Because I was already traveling to other places, but nobody was there. So I'm like, I want to be like Passport Heavy, who was my influence, and Anthony Bourdain. Those were the guys that I looked at, and then later on I got up on what's it, Casey Neistat. You know what I mean? Those three guys are the ones that influenced me to really like go out and get it and make it feel like you're there. Because I wanted everybody to go on the ride, on the journey with me to see what it is and learn. You know what I mean? And show you in real time how you can win. You know what I mean? And then you still get hated on.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, but it's part of the game. So.
Yeah. What up, Rockstar J? Shout out to you. I'm trying to read these as I go. Matt, gaming in the building.
How do you think the political and economic climate in Thailand affects expats?
The political, it really doesn't, because you have no say so. So whatever is going to happen is going to happen, and you're going to roll with it or you're not. It's just like they got a new tax thing that they're coming with, and I don't understand how that works yet. But if you live in Thailand more than 6 months out of the year, you're going to get taxed. And so I don't understand how that works. So they can throw whatever they want at you. Either you're going to deal with it or you're not. That's really the bottom line. It's up to you. Big and Black say, if I can't travel with my strap. I'm sorry, I know you read the thing. Big and Black, if you need to bring a strap, then what are you leaving? What are you coming for? That's the whole purpose. You're gonna go on the plane with your strap. That's how you know Big and Black ain't been nowhere. You can't take a strap nowhere, man. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I'm sorry. So shout out to Silverback.
Can you discuss any cultural? Can you discuss any cultural misunderstandings you've encountered in Thailand and how you handle them?
Say that again. I'm sorry. I was reading Silverback. What'd you say?
Can you discuss any cultural misunderstandings you've encountered and how you handled them?
Well, I haven't, because I looked up. What I do when I go to a place, I look up the place and what it's about and the rules and the regulations. And that's how I told you about how, like, you can't ride with your shirt off. You can't drive in Thailand. You gotta have on underwear. I don't know how they know if you have on underwear or not. You can't throw guns. You can't throw money in the air because it got the king's face on it. You just, like, any type of person, that has any kind of sense of intelligence is going to want to know about the place. Like I tell you about coming to LA, like you can't just come out here thinking you can just, wear what you want and say what you want. There's consequences to that sometimes. So, I just learned from just being in the culture. I haven't had any other experience because I don't really do no goofy stuff. You know what I mean? I try to be just as polite to them as they are to me. You know what I mean? I haven't had any issues other than the time when they took me in for videotaping the situation. But other than that, and that was in 2020 during COVID. You know what I mean? I don't roll like that, man. So. And the first thing I did when my channel blew up, like the first thing I did was when got hired lawyers, Thai lawyers, because I don't know, like, if any of my channel, if I'm offending anybody, if I say something, but I know that my channels is being more eyes are on it. I may have slipped through the cracks and did something I shouldn't have did or said something I shouldn't have said. So I hired lawyers just to, like, let me know if I'm cool. Because even now to this day, that's why I don't understand how the goofies get away with this. Because they hit me with a yellow check mark for everything. Like, It's almost like the AI is like programmed to like, I got to get a manual review on every video I put up, yo. Every video.
Wow.
I put one up today. I just put a short up today asking a woman about, you know, the culture, like how they take care of their men. And it got a yellow check mark. I'm like, you know, like everything. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know if they took it. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'll show you, man.
That's why I'm kind of done with it. No more women in the thumbnails. I'll show them in the videos here and there, but I'm not going to be that shit ain't going to cut it no more.
See, they give me a yellow check mark every single time, bro.
Yeah.
Like every time. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, like, so yeah. But that's my thing too. I slowed down too. Like I backed up off this. There's a few things. I backed up off of the women as much because I saved that for my Patreon. Like my Patreon gets to see what I really want to show them. My YouTube is a little more generic for that reason. You know what I mean? And I understand why YouTube does it. You know what I mean? YouTube is the new big man on the block. You know what I mean? The new TV's coming to YouTube. Everything that goes through YouTube now. It used to be all the sportscasters, the Shannon Sharps, the Gillian Wallows, like everybody's on YouTube. You know what I mean? So what they're trying to do, they're trying to weed out the goofies and the people that aren't brand friendly because they make their money through people purchasing ads. So I get it. You know what I mean? They don't want the goofy stuff. Before it was kind of different. It was kind of the Wild Wild West. You know, when I first got on YouTube, you could play any song you want. It wasn't a problem. That's because why? Because we wasn't getting paid. So my stuff on my Nappy Network channel, if you check it out, Austin, I got like NWA footage. I did a thing on NWA. I'm playing all of their songs. It's no problem. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of grandfathered in. But anything after that, that's why I started my new channel, because they wanted me to take down all the licensed stuff in order for me to like keep my channel, the Nappy Network. I was like, man, I ain't doing that. I'll just start a new channel. But y'all don't understand. It's hard to start a new channel, man. You think because you got people, you know, all right, I got 100,000. Austin got 100,000. Austin started a new channel. He ain't going to get, you know, as fast as you would think you would get when you already got 100,000 subscribers. And another thing too, I'm going to tell you guys, man, 100,000 subscribers is an amazing feat, and it's not easy to do. But it does not translate to money. You just get to throw your joint on the table and be like, look what I got. But it doesn't necessarily translate to money. It just shows you how many people was digging you enough to hit subscribe. You know what I mean? It does not translate to money because people think it translates to money. It's not. Go ahead, Austin. I'm sorry. I had to put that out there. Chris, they can.
Absolutely. I would agree. So we got a super chat, and I got 3 more questions for you. Whatever sent $5, he says, do either one of you guys consider content creators that only travel to red light districts and only have footage in their Airbnb? That's it.
That was a great. They got footage in their Airbnb. That's how they doing it. Do they do it like that? Oh, I didn't know they do it like that. You got that, Austin? You gonna answer that?
No. I'll let you answer
that. Shout out to Leo the Last. Shout out. I'm trying to read you guys too. Well, you got to remember, man. It's like people that travel to red light districts, that's their lane. You know what I mean? Everybody has a lane. Like I got a dude out here, and y'all can laugh if you want to. But there's a dude out here in America that does Costco videos. He's the dopiest looking white dude with his tie and his shirt. He got a lavender shirt. He's just super dopey. But he does the Costco deals. And then during Christmas, he does the deals for Christmas and who got the Amazon deals. And he does all of that stuff. He got 2 million subscribers. And his views, and he gets like, because really it's about how many views you get on your channel and the frequency of your views. You know, this dude is a goof, but he found a lane to be in, and it works. You know what I mean? It's like if you can find a lane that people aren't doing, like my man CB Media, he does the cars in Asia. Like he has a lane. Like people have lanes, so that could be their lane. The only problem is like YouTube is not really. They're not really friendly to that, man. I when I was in Brazil, I had a what's name on the Brazilian beach, and nothing beats Brazilian beach, by the way. Austin to tell you, there's no beach in the world that can beat Copacabana Beach that I know I've seen. Maybe you have, Austin. I ain't seen nothing beat Copacabana. But so you just got to find your lane. So maybe that's their lane. You know what I mean? It's low vibrational, but but there's an audience for that. You know what I mean? Just like, haters, you know what I mean? Like some people just want to see the train wreck, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Shout out to whatever.
Okay, so the last two questions. Let me see. Last three questions. What are the best resources or communities you found helpful for expats in Thailand?
What do you mean by communities?
I guess maybe I guess it is an expat community is what I was getting at. But let's go more with the resources, because we already talked about the expat community. But what are the best resources you found helpful for expats living in Thailand?
Having a good woman. That's the best resource you can have, man. Is having a good woman that can speak English, that can translate for you, that's going to be loyal, that ain't trying to gouge you for money. That's just a good person, just wanting to have a good man. Like that's the best resource to me, because it's a lot of shortcuts. It's like I'll give you an example. Like I'm in America right now. I got Zoom to Thailand buses going around the city, right? Thanks to my Patreon. Shout out to my Patreons. Like the stuff that they do, the little $5 and stuff that they do, that stuff adds up. $5, $25, $50, it adds up. So I'm able to do that. But the bus dude just went up on the price. So it used to be 1,500 baht for a month, so now it's 2,000 baht for a month. I wouldn't know that. I wouldn't know how to deal with that. I'm like, well, ask him, can we get a deal if we do da 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 da? I can show you better. I can tell you. I ain't making this shit up. So L's over there just like handling business, man. L ain't trying to be out in the streets. L ain't out there trying to be, so she's at, the sign on the car relates on 2,000 baht. You know what I mean? So, so she handles stuff. So that's a beautiful resource. You know what I mean? Having people that know the laws, having people that are insulated, having Thai friends, male and female, that really helps, because you got somebody on the inside, because you can only do so much as a foreigner. You know what I mean? So that's the best resource for me.
Okay. So that was very useful information. I'm pretty sure most people know, but not all of us have experienced that like you described. So how does the dating scene in Thailand compare to other countries you lived in?
I mean, I don't see much difference between Thailand and Brazil. Like when I went, like it ain't. I don't. I mean, how hard is it dating in Brazil? Is it hard dating in Brazil, Austin?
It's not, but the way how they move in Brazil is different than Thailand.
No, you asked me. You didn't say the way they move. You said the dating is, how's it different? I'm saying you can meet a girl just as easy in Thailand as you can in Brazil. Is that fair? Or did I not hear the question right?
That's fair.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. But that can go anywhere. Like I heard Germany is popping. Have you been to Germany yet?
No, but I'll be there probably in July.
See, Austin gonna be there before me. I heard Germany is popping. Who thinks about Germany when it comes to that? So I just think it really, the only thing I suggest to you guys is stay away from the matrix-minded places. Because number one, they're usually more expensive. And number two, it's a whole extra headache. You know what I mean? Like Australia. Have you been to Australia?
No.
Bondi Beach in Australia. But Australia is just expensive as like being in New York, Sydney at least. You know what I mean? You wanna get the most out of your money and get women whose minds can be, in a sense, old-fashioned. I'm not saying, slaves or whatever women try to switch it around to be. I'm saying somebody that can let you be comfortable in the role you want to be in. You know what I mean? So did I answer you?
Yeah. So what misconceptions do people often have about Thailand, and what's the reality?
Let me answer Just Dredd. Just Dredd, shout out to him. Just Dredd sounds so skeptical. He says, is he telling connotations for what? I explained, maybe I'm behind, but it's just to help you get the shortcut to get where you need to get. You know what I mean? To do what you need to do. I'm sorry, I'm behind. I'm trying to follow you. But what was your question?
What misconceptions do people have often about Thailand, and what's the reality?
Oh, the misconception is that like Pattaya is just like, you know, it's just a one-trick pony. No pun intended. I was had that. I don't know if you saw the thing with me and Zoe, me International Zoe. Shout out to him. You need to have him on your channel too, Austin.
Okay.
Zoe's a good dude, solid dude. So we was debating about Thailand and Brazil, and he was saying that it's designed for that in Thailand. It ain't designed for that in Brazil. And you know, I've seen very similar situations. The only difference is it's in more abundance in Thailand. But the biggest misconception is, to me, is Pattaya is just for one thing, and there's so much stuff to do. You're going to see when I do my Zoom Fest, you're going to see it's so much stuff to do, man. You got private islands, you got off-road stuff, golf, sports, temples, lions, tigers, bears. Like you got a Jurassic Park spot where they got dinosaurs, just all kind of stuff to do, gun ranges. Like there's everything to do out there, man. And that's what I love about Pattaya, is that you got everything wrapped up in one little area. There's so much stuff to do. Like Phuket is specific for certain things, Chiang Mai is specific for certain things, Bangkok is specific for certain things, but Thailand got a little bit. I mean, but Pattaya got a little bit of everything. What's the paintball, all of that, man. They do everything there, man. You know what I mean?
The water guns.
Yeah, but they got paintball too. Now I'm talking about paintball. No, paintball when you behind the thing and doing your thing. They got that too. You know what I mean? So it's a lot to do, bro. You know, other than that. But that is definitely there though. You know, that we cannot front on that. Shout out to Jay Shaw. Jay Shaw misses nothing.
So my last question I have, and if you guys have any other questions that you want to ask Richie Mack, send a $5 super chat, because I am not reading the chat. If you guys have a question, put it in a super chat, and we'll read it, because I'm on my last question right now that I have recorded. So finally, why do you believe Thailand is the best country on earth for expats? I know you kind of touched on it throughout the whole thing, but can you give everybody a conclusion on why, if somebody wants to be an expat, they should go to Thailand?
Because in my opinion, it's pound for pound the best. Like I've been over 20 countries. Not like Austin's been probably like 50, but I've been over 20 countries. That's why I call myself the travel OG. I think anybody goes past 20 countries, you're a travel OG. So that's where that comes from. But it's just pound for pound. Like, and that's the same thing with Austin. Like when Austin got in trouble in Brazil, I'm like, man, come to Thailand, bro. Come here and just chill and just regather yourself. You know what I mean? It's a safe place. The food is good. The cost of living is cheap. The women are beautiful. The women are submissive. The people are friendly. Not a lot of riffraff at the time. It's just pound for pound. Even with Brazil, like I said, like pound for pound, Thailand got everybody. But Brazil, if it had the same safety as Thailand, but Thailand got the infrastructure, the internet. Austin, you've been all over the world. Who got better internet than Thailand?
Thailand is definitely in the top 3, but I'm going to tell you who has better internet is Romania.
Ooh, I want to go to Romania. I've never been to Romania. That's where I want.
Romania has some of the best internet in the world. I think they had speeds up to like 12 gigabytes a second or something like that.
Wow. I heard the women are beautiful. I didn't hear you say a lot about Romania, though. Were the women beautiful? Or are you on the race thing? They were stripping?
They had some beautiful women. I like them more than the Polish women, but it was just wintertime, so it wasn't as many out. But we did see some. It just wasn't as many.
And but the Polish women, I heard they got the Butarski though. They got the Butarski though back there.
What's that?
I'm trying to not say, you know, the dumpty dump, the dump, the dumper, the back thing.
I think, I would say they had it more than the Romanian chicks, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what they look like. Mike said was on an episode of Charm. Yes, Mike, I was on an episode of Charm. Yeah.
Velcro, thank you for the $5 super sticker. We got another super chat from whatever he says. Austin, do understand that you and your format has been retiring YouTubers because of you all, the YouTubers that never tried to hunt, obsolete. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I'll keep putting them in the grave there. Thank you for the super chat. We'll keep putting them in the grave and keep retiring. I'm glad to hear that. Lil Will says, what do you think about Colombia's safety? He's never been to Colombia, but you guys know how I feel.
How do you feel? You know, I got some questions for you too before we go.
Colombia is not the most dangerous place on earth. It's not the safest place on earth, but I like being in places where I can predict how much danger I will be in. Right? Nowhere you can't always predict what's going to go on, right? Mm-hmm. But I can predict if I touch down in Yemen, I'm probably going to be in some shit. But I can predict that if I go to Dallas, there's a chance that something may go on if I go to this side or if I look like this, if I do that. So I like having that mindset. But in Colombia, you know, you could be somewhere, like we all know, you could be in an area full of tourists doing tourist stuff, and then you getting penalized for being a tourist. So it's kind of like, don't go to Colombia for your first country if you're worried about safety, is what I would say. You're better off going to Salvador, which has one of the highest crime rates, but I felt safer in Salvador, which has one of the highest crime rates in all of South America. I felt safer there than I did in Medellin or Cartagena. Because I could predict. I had a better shot of predicting where to not be.
That makes sense. That makes sense. People ask Zoom, are you okay? Your eyes look heavy. You have diabetes. Yes, I have pre-diabetes, bro. Take my little Western name. I'm right on the border, so I have it where I can get, you know, I can just keep eating right and doing my thing right, and I can get up out of there. But I do take a little whatever that thing is called, metformin. I do take a metformin. Hope you never have to do that. To Richie's point, Germany's still popping. Go ahead, Austin. Let you read that.
Papa Altai says, he said $5 to Richie's point, Germany is still popping, lived there for 5 years, but the matrix mindset has definitely seeped in. And they dump trucks. I've heard both of those. We got dump trucks, and I heard that it's kind of getting Americanized from what it's like in the States.
That's another thing, the Pookie. They bring that mind state.
Yeah. Andre sent another 40,000 Colombian super chat. He says, Coach Richie, how do I get to 100,000 subscribers? You're correct. A good woman can take care of the daily business while you focus on business. Why aren't I on your to be like list? Thank
you. Coach Richie, how do I get 100,000 subscribers? Andre had it first. Andre had 100,000 subscribers first. He got like 5 different channels. You're correct. A good woman can take care of the daily business when you focus on business. Yes. Why aren't I on your to be like list? What do you mean to be list? You Coach Andre is like, you know, Dre rocked with me when I first started, like my channel started moving, man. Dre was right there, man. He jumped on, did a live with me for like 8 hours. 8 hours. It's like, that's what I'm talking about. People like Dre is like the people you want to connect with, man. I got so many cool friends that are YouTubers. That's another thing too about you guys with on the internet. You can meet friends and meet people that are like-minded, and you can just connect, just click up. You know what I mean? Versus, you know, you can have neighbors on your block, you know, in all your life, and it just ain't there. So that's the advantage of having friends. But you know, shout out to Dre, man. That's my dude, man. That's my guy. So speaking of friends, man. So what's up with you and Floyd, man? I don't understand the thing. Y'all was cool, and I be catching little excerpts of y'all friends, or what's going on? Somebody got issues with, like, I don't, you know, what's are y'all cool? Like, what happened, or what didn't happen? Are y'all
we're still in the group chat. We talk. We're still cool. It's just he's just in a different country.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. No, ain't never been no issues between Floyd and I, but Morning Drive Coffee Break said, keep up the good. Thank you for the $5 super chat. and then travel with author E.J. Ways sent photos from heading to Costa Rica this weekend. Only focused on the positive energy and make sure you stay on the positive energy.
Yeah, man.
I hope you have a great time in Costa Rica.
It's expensive, man. My Costa Rica trip was all right. How you feel about Costa Rica, Austin? Did you go there?
I haven't been there, but I know that it's a lot of we Americans been going there for a while, so I don't know what to expect being there.
Right. Shout out to Steven Greenberg. Yeah, man. It's Costa Rica's cool, but you know, once you go to Brazil, man, and I say this all the time, Austin, you can either back me or tell me I'm lying, but you could take 20 women at a spot in Brazil and take them anywhere in America, and they will fade the whole club. Any club you go, I'm talking about LA, Miami, New York. You get 20 Brazilians and bring them anywhere in the States, they're gonna take out the whole club. Am I wrong?
I would 100% agree. You don't even need 20. You don't even need to bring 5 up or 2. You can really bring 2 if they're the right ones.
Right. But I'm just talking about just to knock out the whole club. Like, you know what I mean? You bring 2, you only focus on 2. But I mean, you bring 20, everybody gonna leave. And that's another thing. Y'all better be lucky that we can't, because we like, well, why didn't you bring L? Where's L? We're not allowed to bring, you can't just bring people to America. Like us as foreigners, we get to travel just about anywhere in the world. But coming to America, you can't do it. Do you guys realize if we could bring women from Brazil, Thailand, Colombia, Philippines, Spain, Russia, if you could do that, these women would be jumping out the window, bro, because they would 2 things would happen. The woman would probably try to like F up the girls, the foreigner girls, or the foreigner girls would take their minds and get them to the matrix thinking once they got here. So it's good that the women can't come here. And I suggest you guys, anybody, do not bring a woman to the States to live with you, man. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Like it could work, but I say it's a 75-80% chance it's not a good look. You do have exceptions to the rule, but y'all make sure y'all if you move with them, man. What part of Germany, people are asking? I'm thinking Berlin. I don't know the part of Germany because I haven't been. What part of Germany did you hear about?
Let me ask you a question. What do you think of the dangers of what do you think of the dangers of bringing a chick back to the States? Like, what is the real danger? I know, but I just want the audience to know.
The Matrix virus, they're gonna get infected. They're gonna realize that, just like how the Matrix women are. Like, you know, for the first couple months, they're gonna be loyal and they're gonna be right down to you. But like Willie D said, when Willie D like got at me about my channel, when Willie D tried to get at me, he thought that I was gonna bring a woman back to the States. I was gonna bring L back to the States. So he even said it. He goes, man, you bring a woman back to America. He didn't know he was actually dissing black women without dissing black women. He was like, you bring a woman back to America, man, they get to the job and the women get in their ear. What you mean you can't go out and have a girl's night? What you mean you can't go to Vegas? He can't tell you what to do. And that Matrix mentality gets in them, and before you know it, you know, unless they super loyal, you know, they get turned out. You know what I mean? So it's just not a good look, man, because it's so much easier to be bad than it is to be good. So you know, and men will do anything. They'll try to get your woman in Thailand, which is like, there's so many women. I don't understand that. That's another lame ass move. You come all the way to Thailand to get with some woman, and there's 50 other ones right next to you. It's different if you in jail. You in jail is different. You got 4 guards that's females. Okay, I get it. Y'all, everybody trying to have it. But when you in a place like Thailand and you wasting your time going for another dude's girl to make a point, it's like, it's the lamest shit I ever seen in my life. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't understand these dudes, man. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? I just don't. But it is what it is.
So Papa Outside said, yo, Austin, I'm headed to Paraguay this summer, July, looking for real estate, knocking out my temporary visa. Let's link if you're still there. I will not be in Paraguay. I'm leaving here in June, and I probably won't be back until next year. If I go to Europe and Middle East and Africa, like I'm saying again, it'll be 2025 when I come back. So we might have to link if you decide to stay here, which is highly unlikely that you'll want to stay here. But Joke HGD said, you guys say a lot of chicks in America is hard to date, but there are a lot of men the same way. I mean, I don't know. We don't date men. What countries are there very matrix-minded men?
Okay, let me think. So that sounds like a woman, right? You guys say a lot of chicks in America is hard to date, but are a lot of men the same way? What countries are there matrix-minded men? But trying to compare men to women, the mentality is so different. You know what I mean? A man, it's pretty much three things for us, man. Feed us, give us the box, and give us the remote control, and we good. You know what I mean? And just make us feel like you appreciate us. Like we're really that simple. You know what I mean? We just want to be appreciated because we got to go out and fight the world every day and then come home and fight. It's just not a good look. So, and the beautiful thing about women, y'all got the options in the matrix that we have when we go out of town. So y'all, it's really up to y'all because y'all be the ones that pick the wrong dudes. Y'all are notorious for that. Women are notorious for picking the wrong dudes. So that's why it goes back to the ancient days where the parents would pick for you because you don't know how to pick.
That's what I said.
You guys pick on emotion. You pick on emotion. Oh, he looks so good. Oh, I love him. But you don't understand 5 years down the line, he ain't shit or she ain't shit. Now you got a shit show. So yeah, that's why because we pick with our emotion. Go ahead, Austin. I'm sorry.
Alon Filipina says, living in Thailand plus Philippines, living in Thailand and the Philippines has brought me happiness and wealth I never knew was possible. The way you feel over here is amazing. Would you agree with that?
You can't even describe it. Like when I do my consultations, I tell people what it is, and when they get there, they be like, man, if you would have told me what I'm experiencing, I would have never believed you. And you can't, because you can't describe it. It's like trying to describe what your favorite hamburger tastes like or your favorite pizza. You can describe it, but they don't know till they eat the pizza or the burger or the steak. They just don't know. Or the movie. Oh, man, it was a good movie. Oh, man, you got to see this movie. And they don't know till they get in there and feel that emotion. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing. Alan is right. You know what I mean? It's so hard to even sell it. You know what I mean? That's why I undersell it, because it's like, you know, you're not going to believe it till you do it yourself. And anybody that goes to Thailand and don't enjoy themselves, that is the most unhappiest, lamest person, whoever that is. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you not? You know what I mean? It's like you in Disneyland, bro. You know?
Yeah, it is a good time. It is a good time. I enjoy every time I go back to Bangkok. I don't like every city equally. Every city is fun, but I like Bangkok the most, if you ask me. Bangkok just doesn't have a beach.
That's interesting. Okay, so why did you say you like Bangkok?
I don't know, man. It's just something about the vibe. It's the architecture. You know, all the high rises. I like that big city life right now. I like Pattaya too. I enjoy, like where I'm at right now. It's not a big city, so I can enjoy either one. But if I preferred one, it'd be Bangkok.
Okay, so you get to blaze your cigarette. Do I get to blaze my weed? Can I blaze up too?
if you want to, this ain't a cigarette though.
What we doing?
This ain't a cigarette though. I ain't smoking no cigarettes.
I ain't smoking a cigarette either.
Yeah, we got another super chat. As a former service member in Germany, steer clear all the chicks near the bases. They think they are American. The small villages is where they be at.
I've heard that. I've heard that they try to be American and they try to talk black and act black. But Papa, since you've been there, what part of Germany? Somebody asked that, and I don't know what to tell them. I'm thinking Berlin, but I don't know. I'm just saying that because that's a major city. I've never been. Closest I've been to Germany is Amsterdam. So Papa got to let us know that one. Thank you for sending Austin the super chat.
Yep. So let me know whenever you run out of time, man, because I'll be here for a couple more hours.
Yeah, you the marathon guy. I gotta get ready for my daughter's graduation, and man, I gotta working on this episode. But anytime you call me, bro, I'm there for you, man. You was out, man. What you went through had to have been like the most scariest feeling alone where you was at, man. It was like, but we all put our arms around you, man. Pause to let you guys to know that's what we supposed to do, man. And that's why like anybody had a problem with your situation, I'm like, dude, he's 23. what stupid shit did you do when you was 23? And what you did, I still don't understand what was the problem. I'm being funny. I'm not saying that because you're my friend. I'm saying because I don't even see what the problem. And I know you don't like to talk about it and bring it up, and I don't mean to keep bringing it up, but
no,
I bring it up. I'm just proud of how you handled yourself and how you handle yourself. You know what I mean? So that's why. But you know, I'm so proud of you, brother. I really am, man. I'm just happy for you. Eldridge in the building. What up, El? Yeah, man. I'm seeing a lot of my people coming in. And that's another thing too. You know, Austin, I be trying to do with everybody is try to like when we do our live streams, try to like line them up back to back to back. That way we ain't on top of each other. Like when I went on Sunday, we was like 5 of us all up at the same time. It's like, you know, if we can come together and like streamline our stuff, you know, 6 to 8 this person, 8 to 10 this person, 10 to 12 this person, depending on what part of the world you're in. You know what I mean? And that way we get our audiences used to us and being on and streamline and stuff, you know. But it's just something to think about. But you in Obsidian though, y'all can go, you know, y'all be doing marathons. Like can't nobody keep up with y'all.
I appreciate it, man. Alon said Matrix women have been checkmated by the passport bros. They don't know how to get back at us. I would agree. We can't.
They can't. Austin just got back. You know, Austin just. Oh, I saw what you did with Kendra G. But that's another example. Like Austin, it did feel like you was trolling a little bit because your answers was a little, you know, happy-go-lucky answers.
I was drunk.
Oh, were you? Okay, but you see how defensive she. But you see how defensive she was, like the shit she was saying. But she got all these goofy females, 6 kids, 7 baby daddies, and one, you know, a high-earning man, and you see the faces she makes. She'll kind of like blink her eyes or do something, but she don't never call them out for their goofiness. You know what I mean? But but when it comes to the man, that's the thing. It's the double standard that they had that I got a problem with, man. It's like I believe everybody don't put black people in jail for one crime and then the other persons do it and then they get less time. It's like if everybody got the same time for the same crime, it'll be at least fair. But you know what they do, they do everything they want to do without repercussion. But if we do something, it's a repercussion. But yet they want to be treated equal. You know what I mean? Everything is treated equal until it's time to be equal. So you know, I just had to get that out of my system. Go ahead, bro. I'm listening. Frankfurt. Yeah. Charles said Frankfurt. Okay. Frankfurt. Okay. Can you say Frankfurt? Okay, so that's what it is. See, I'm telling people Berlin. See, you don't know that. You know. I'm listening.
So what was Australia like?
Australia was nice. You know what's dope about Australia? What I like about Australia is that you see women from like all different nationalities, like talking to a Filipino person and they're talking to you like this. Hello, you know, could you tell me where it is? And they're talking to you like this, but they're Filipino, so it's coming out of their mouths. It's just so sexy to me to listen to someone talk to you when they're talking with this accent, but yet they look totally different. So that part was dope. You know what I mean? So I love accents. So that was dope. Bondi Beach is like a topless beach, which is very, very cool, very nice. The people are in shape. It's just beautiful women of all different mixes. I like mixed women. I like different shades, different hues. So it was kind of cool. So that's what I liked about it. It's expensive though. You know what I mean?
I bet it was. Yeah. So Poppy outside says, Papa says, I was stationed in the Netherlands, but scouted out to Cologne, Hamburg, Dusseldorf, Mainz, and Frankfurt. Berlin is its own little world and it's still popping.
Okay. Okay. I was going to say he named everything but Berlin, but yeah, he hit all the spots. But yeah, they do, man. They you know, the Fräuleins, man. I call them. I had a German girl out here, man. She was thick. You know what I mean? It's just they kind of built. You know what I mean? Some of them is built. Some of them got that build on them. You understand me?
Mm-hmm. Sean Black, thank you for the $5 super chat. So did you watch yesterday's live with Skylar?
Did I what?
Did you watch the live I did yesterday with Skylar?
No, I did not. I didn't know you did one. How'd that go?
It was good. I did an interview with him just like I did you, but then we had to talk about his sugar baby status.
What's that? What's the sugar baby status?
Well, Skylar gets on his channel and he basically talks about how he does the sugar baby routine in Brazil, and which I don't care, you know. I just brought it up.
it for me. What is a sugar baby?
A sugar baby is it's two ways, right? I mean, some sugar daddies just have sugar babies just so the woman will come talk to them, and some of them do it for sex, you know. And we had a big 2-3 hour debate, about a 2 hour debate about why you don't have to pay for sugar babies in Brazil. You should know what a sugar baby is, though. I mean, that term been around longer than I've been alive.
I don't know it, but I don't know the definition of it, because you got to remember, like, you know, because I was the same way as some of these dudes, like, you know, you paying for women and da 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 da. And when I went to Brazil, it all made sense. You know what I mean? Like if you go to a country where you can't speak the language, so none of my jokes work, none of my personality work, like it don't work. So the only thing we do understand is a common thing, which is you know, a financial situation. So I understood that. So once I got out of tricking, to me is when you in the matrix, or my definition of tricking is when you know you're being taken advantage of and you don't care. You know, there's a song by Bill Withers called "Use Me Up," and he would talk about how they say my friends say this, they say that, but hey, I'm gonna spread the news. If it feels this good getting used, baby, keep using me till you use me up. So that's kind of like how it's been out here. So I have a different definition. So when I hear sugar babies, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking you taking care of a younger chick. Is that a sugar baby?
Yeah, I would hope she would be younger.
Yeah.
Sean Black in a $5 super chat, and then we got another one from the woman again. I went to Japan 9 years ago, passed by a group of younger guys. One of them said in English, "You walk away, bitch. They acting American. Love Japan though."
I don't understand that. They were disrespecting her. Passed by a group of guys. One of them said in English, "Yeah, walk away."
Yeah, walk away, bitch.
They're trying to act like Americans. 9 years ago, they was talking like Japan. In Japan, people are very respectful, man. But once again, if they're acting like that in Japan, all they're doing is emulating the people in the Matrix, how we behave. They thinking that's the cool thing to do. You know what I mean? So
I think that's missing some. I mean, I'm trying to see what's the point in that though. Like, what is he trying to prove? Like they said walk away, bitch.
Just being disrespectful, like, hey, you know what I mean? It's just like sometimes like us as black people, some of us, I've been like that too. We kind of feel, and they don't mean it that way, but when they come up to us, hey, brother, you know, you my friend. I listen to Jay-Z, you know, I like Lil Wayne. When they do that, they're just trying to make a connection because they're trying to sell you something. So they're trying to make a connection, but you know, but for us black people, we're super sensitive about a lot of this shit. So some people will understand, you know, they just trying to make connection. Other people be offensive, like you making fun of them. So it just depends. So you know, but disrespect is disrespect. That's straight disrespect, and it's not necessary, especially in Japan.
Okay, so they were just randomly talking to her like that is what she said.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay. So if anybody has any other questions for Richie Mack, I think we've covered a lot of things. Richie, if you have any questions for me, you can tell me.
Let me see. I asked you about Floyd because I want to know, because I don't know him, but he seemed like a good dude. He seemed innocent, but but I can, from what I've seen, he's kind of changed. Like, you know what I mean? The internet will like make you change, man. It'll make you, you know, because you see what kind of people in the world, man, hide behind their computer doing negative stuff. It'll kind of mess with you, man. Juggy say, smoke them if you got them. You understand me? Yes, sir. That's how I get to editing. What else? What I got for you, Austin? I don't really like to ask your schedule online because I don't know how you like to move and all of that stuff. So I think the only questions I had was that, and I was gonna ask you when you coming, but we talked about that offline. I think that's it. I mean, you know, unless you come to LA, I know you out the States. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you. Did you patch things up with Mom Dukes, or is that a wrap?
Yeah, no, we still text. It's just I don't know. That stuff ain't new.
It ain't new. Okay, so that's something that's okay. I got you. All right. Kyle said, "Blaze up, Zoom. It's a grown man." Well, he blazed up the cigarette, so you know what I mean. I mean, what's the name? So
I've never seen that.
what?
Whatever that is you smoking.
Call it a shooter. It's called a bullet. You know what I mean? It's just a little shooter, so you know it don't make a lot of smoke everywhere. Kind of do your thing. So I get into my creative state. You know what I mean? Then I'm ready to get to work. But I only got a couple hours because my daughter's graduating. Shout out to my daughter graduating from USC, and it's a lot of effery going on at USC right now. Everybody's mad at everybody. So
that's the school that was on. That's the school that had the whole Israel thing, right?
One of them. It's a bunch of them, but yeah, that's definitely one of them, man. It's definitely
okay.
Yeah, so they're doing like a black graduation thing there today, and then the regular one's supposed to be on the 10th. That's the reason why I came out here. You know what I mean? To see my daughter graduate, that was the main thing. So now it's a little bit different.
Why are they having a black graduation?
You know, you got Black Student Union, you got, you know, people kind of separate, just like, you know, like Israel people might have their own, Latins might have their own, people kind of, you know, they do. Well, the original graduation for everybody, but now they, you know, my ex-wife, who's an attorney, she graduated from USC as well, from USC Law School. She was president of the law school, and literally there were 20 black law school students in her class. How many do you think were men out of 20?
15.
3. So imagine you a dude at USC Law School, you're 3 out of 20, and it's all the rest is 17 females and 3 males. You know, they was running it up. You know,
wow.
Yeah. Best wow. Say is I still don't know what a sugar baby is.
Papa Outside says Austin soft landing in Europe is definitely Germany and Netherlands, but as you know, more east you go in Europe, the more popular it is in traditional. Right. I've already had my landing in Europe though, so I'm already around basically a bunch of white people here where I'm at now, so I guess they'll just be whiter when I get to Europe. They'll be pure white.
He said whiter.
They kind of mix white over here. They're different, but they'll be pure white over there.
Especially you, but you from Texas, so Texas already got a racist mentality. Everybody like race thing, but since you've been all over the world, Austin, you got to admit, man, it's like good people and bad people everywhere. You can't base it off the race. You got to base it off the individual, man. That's the you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't get up into that, man, because that's how we get distracted. We thinking that, everybody of this race is bad, everybody of that race is bad. Meanwhile, our race be the main ones doing us the worst. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, not always, but you got to base people on who they are, man, because you'll get some of the most loyal friends that may not be your hue. It just depends. You know what I mean? So, I would always have an open mind. The same thing with dating. Like some of my brothers, my cousin in Chicago, he's like, man, I love what you do in Thailand, but I can't get away from the sisters. I love the sisters. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, dude, if you block yourself, you don't know what the potential you have for anything. If you're just going to eat fried chicken and red beans and rice every day, sometimes you got to try pizza. Sometimes you got to try, a crepe. Sometimes you got to try sushi. You got to switch it up. But if you just eat soul food every day, all it's gonna do is make your arteries thick. You understand me?
So whatever said, Richie Mack also being divorced from LA. How would you describe your relationship with your daughters and your ex?
My relationship with my daughters is great. The only thing they mad about me, they mad because I moved to Thailand. But what I did as a responsible father, though, my daughter, my youngest, the one that's graduating college, she is great. You see the timeline. She was graduating high school. And once again, I didn't plan on going to Thailand, but when COVID hit, once again, I was trying to get back for her graduation, but her graduation got canceled. So I was like, I guess I'll stay here in Thailand for about a month or so. This is going to ride past. Ain't going to be long. And it never went away. And I never went away. And I really didn't want to get on an airplane for no 15 hours, people coughing and sneezing on the airplanes. I was like, I'm cool on that. So, and my relationship with my ex-wife is cordial. You know what I mean? In my mind, I don't see any reason. If you have kids together, you're gonna always have a bond. So it just makes sense to try to get along if you can. You know what I mean? if you got two reasonable people. Sometimes people aren't reasonable, but our stuff is cool. You know what I mean? It's cool. What else you got?
Okay. You guys got any more super chats for the guests?
Yeah, man, because I got to get up out of here, man. But Austin, it's a pleasure, brother, talking to you, man. Always. You know you need me. I got you. Stay away from the riffraff. Stay away from the goofies, man. Live your life, bro. Live your life. You got such a head start on everybody else, man. Because see, when you get my age, when you get over 40, people think 50 is like what they call it, the midlife crisis, whatever. Most people don't live to be 100. So 50 ain't the middle. The middle is in your 30s, 35, 40. So at that point, after you turn 40, man, the most valuable asset you have is time, yo. And you don't have time for the bullshit. You don't have time for the negativity. You don't have time for goofy women, goofy men. You just don't have time, man, because like I tell people all the time, I say this before I go, it's like if we knew, if you knew Austin, I knew, everybody knew, what's today? May 8th. If we knew we only had till May 8th, 2025, that's all we had on this planet, is 1 year from today, we would do life totally different. We would look at things totally different. We wouldn't trip off the goofy shit. We would try to get as much done as possible, tell each other we love each other, do as much as you can to leave your karma in your life good. And that's the way I think you should live your life, because you don't know when the lights get turned off. So, you know what I mean? And as you get older, you start to understand, it's like, you know, them lights can get turned off at any time, man. So that's why, like, I don't waste time with negative things and negative people. We gotta support each other. We gotta love each other, man. That's all. Even the haters, man. You know what I mean? They're haters because they're lacking love. You know what I mean? Like they have nothing to be happy about. So they spill their unhappiness to everybody else because they're miserable inside, man. So, you know, I think love beats everything. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'll leave it at that, man. Shout out to all of y'all, man. Shout out to y'all that came through Austin's chat, man. Shout out to Austin, man. Anything y'all need, make sure you're going to check out Zoom to Thailand. Book that consultation with me, Austin, Coach Dre, anybody, man. You know what I mean? Let us help show you the way. Shout out to Aunt Sim. I see you. I see you, Ozzy. As your mediator, everybody, GCI, all y'all, man. Thank y'all so much, man. I'm glad we had a positive thing, Austin, because I know sometimes your lives can go left, huh?
Yeah, I'm working on it. We working on who we collaborating with and the amount of bullshit we deal with in the comments.
Yeah. You know, and those people, and it wasn't even a lot. You got a couple, but you got to expect that. That comes with the territory, man. That's what I'm saying, man. You know, it is what it is. Say 26 was middle age for Kevin Samuels. Damn, that's yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. So shout out to you, brother. I'm about to get up out of here, man. They doing work on the crib. I want to see if I can show y'all. I can't because it's gonna mess. You said the stream ain't good. Well, I'm gonna figure that out. I think they unplugged my extenders because they painting. So I can't get that distance like I would like to get, man. But shout out to you, bro. You need me, hit me up for anything, and I'll see you sooner than later. You know what we got to do, Austin? We got to meet somewhere outside of Thailand or wherever, and just meet somewhere, either place we never been or a place that I want to go to Argentina, though. You know, there's places I want to.
But we can meet in Turkey.
We talked about that. It's just right now it ain't really that cool. I mean, you don't care because you're young, you fearless. You know, I want to go to Israel. I want to go to Turkey. I want to go to Egypt. I want to hit all them spots up. It's just not Ozzy said interesting. Can't say this dude is legally blind. Jay Shar say book that Zoom consultation. Yeah, Jay Shar did. I don't play, man. My consultations are undefeated, bro. You ain't never heard nothing whack about my consultation because I ain't getting off the phone till we got it right. Every question's answered, everything. You know what I mean? So Austin, something else I want to talk to you about offline about something I want to do in Brazil. But see, what's the name, man? Shout out to Beautiful Lies. He said he tried to plug you with some people.
He did.
You got to take it from there, right? Yeah, you got to take it from there. So I would love to see you back. I'm telling you, when you go back to Brazil, things just like Chocolate Man went back to Thailand and everything just like opened up for him. You know what I mean? I'm hoping to see that happen for you because I know you want to get back. Is that still your favorite place?
Still number one. Kenya number two, Chile number three.
Do it again.
Kenya number two, Chile number three.
Oh, start number. I want to hear all three. Let me hear your top five before I get off this phone.
Number 4.
Give me a top 5. Wait, let me set up the question. Let me set up the question. Wait, let me set up the question. How many countries have you been to thus far?
21.
You've been to more than 21 countries.
7 in Africa, 7 in Africa, 2 in Europe, 9 in South America, 4 in Asia.
Okay. All right. Still at 24 years old. All right. So you've been to 21 countries. What's your top 5?
Brazil.
In order.
Brazil, 1, Kenya, Chile, 2, Peru.
3, 4.
Number 5, I would have to say is Uruguay.
Okay.
Uruguay is just expensive.
Thailand off of that. Y'all see, he left Thailand off. You know I got beef with him now.
Yeah, Thailand is okay. It's good. I don't think any Asian country will be at the top of my list just because they're great, but I don't prefer Asian women. So eventually eventually I'll be like, okay, like I need to slide somewhere else.
Right. And that's one thing about Brazil that I love. They got a mix from everything from pasty white to charcoal black and everything in between. That Brazil got that on everybody. You know what I mean? Can you read a Peaceful Life super chat before I leave? Because that's my guy. You see him? Yes.
Salute, brothers. I would like to do an interview and an interrogation session with the super studs who say they don't pay for box. Directly or indirectly, all men pay with money, time, or your freedom. We're not gonna get into we can get into that. We can get into that. But listen, we all know you ain't nothing in life free. But we all know it's a difference in between paying for a rental car versus buying a car. You know, the rental car, you know, everybody done burn their blunts in the seat. You know, the rental car got to get washed every time it come to you. See, when I buy my own car, I don't have to wash it. I just get right in. You know what I mean? I get my own car, I just get right in. The rental car got to get detailed.
Right.
That's actually a good analogy. We're going to use that rental car then analogy.
Use the rental car analogy. That's a good analogy, man. You know, that's what it is. Shout out to A Peaceful Life. I ain't seen him and talked to him in a while. Glad he's there, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate you guys. Love or hate, man. I wish you guys nothing but the best, man. I hope you guys live your best lives and do what you need to do, Austin. So same to you, brother. So we will talk soon, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you. Yes, sir. We'll have to do this again. We'll have to do this quarterly.
Yeah. Whenever you want. I'm gonna look up the one you and Skylar too. I didn't see that, so I'm gonna check that out as well because I listen to y'all in the background while I'm working. That's how I because I got ADD, so I'll get bored. So I'll hear y'all doing the stream or something in the background to keep me going. So appreciate you, man. I'm gonna check that out today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, bro. Salute.
You stay safe. You have a good one.